Hello great scholars, welcome to this class. In this video, we will be looking at algebra. What is algebra? Algebra is a branch of mathematics that has to do with the use of letters and numbers. At the end of this class, you should be able to do basic operations like addition, subtraction, and multiplication of algebra. Thank you. Algebra is a branch of mathematics that deals with the use of letters and numbers. Now let's see adding and subtracting algebraic terms. Algebraic terms comprises like and unlike terms. Like terms are terms with the same letter or letters, while unlike terms are terms with different letters. For example, 2x and 3x are like terms because they have the same letter. 5y and 7c are unlike terms because they have different letters. Now, we have a chart here. A chart containing like and unlike terms. You can see them, same letters, same letter like terms, different letters, unlike terms. Note: like terms can be added or subtracted. This is the basis of algebra. Why unlike terms cannot? So you can actually add terms that are the same, letters, but terms that are different letters cannot be added. Now let's take some examples. We have the first examples. Simplify the following. A, 2p plus 3q minus p minus 4q plus 12p plus 15q. We're going to take the first one there, and let's start. We have, like I said, 2p plus 3q minus p minus 4q plus 12p plus 15q. The first thing we do is to collect like terms. And when we say collect like terms, it means we bring the letters or the terms with the same letters together. You put them together. And when you're doing that, to make it a bit easier for you, you collect terms, the positive terms first. So you gather all the terms with the positive sign together. All right. So when you do that, you're going to have 2p and followed by 12p, the plus. Now that we have exhausted the plus terms, now we'll now follow with the same p because we have not finished the p, which is minus p. And that's exactly what we have here. Then plus 3q plus 15q followed by minus 4q. So it has been arranged. So we're going to take them one after the other. We have 2p plus 12p to give us 14p. Okay, then we also have 3q here plus 15q to give us 18q. All right, so 14p minus p will give you 13p. So this p means 1p, the same thing, but the 1 is silent, Okay, so we have 13p plus, so 18q minus 4q gives you 14q as our answer. You can see it's very simple, as simple as that. Now let's take the second example. I hope you're ready for that. Let's take the second examples. We have B, 6a minus d plus 7d minus 3a plus 18 plus 8a minus 3d. Like I said, you gather all the terms with a positive sign. Alright, so we have 6a plus 8a, alright, then minus 3a, but still with the, the term with the same letter, which is a. Now that we have exhausted that, we'll go to the next one, the next letter, with a plus sign first. You begin with a plus, which is 7d, followed by minus d, then minus 3d. So to them, little by little, we have 6a plus 8a to give us 14a. Alright, then we also have 7d minus 7d minus d, then minus 3d, right? So this minus d minus 3d gives us minus 4d. So minus d minus 3d gives us minus 4d, right? So let's continue. 14a minus 3a gives us 11a. Then 7d minus 4d gives us 3d. You can see that they're unlike terms, so you can't add unlike terms together. Just leave it like that. That's the answer. So let's take C. We have minus g plus 2h plus 12g minus 4h minus 3g plus 26h. Now what we're going to do, as usual, you collect all the terms with a positive sign. So let's begin with the g alphabetically. We normally do that alphabetically. So we have 12g, which is the first positive term, 12g, no other positive term in the g letter. Okay, so followed by minus g, then minus 3g. Done with that, we'll go to the term with the h. The positive one first is 2g. So we have 2g plus 26, 2h plus 26h, followed by the minus 4h. Hope that was very clear, So let's do the simplification gradually, subtraction and the addition. So we have 12g there, but minus g minus 3g, you can see minus g minus 3g gives us minus 4g. Now minus g means you are owing. Let me make it a bit simpler. Minus g, you are owing, or minus means you are owing, then you're subtracting again 3g. What do you have at the end? Minus minus, like you're borrowing. That's what makes it minus 4g. Please take note, when minus minus follows each other like that, what you get is minus in the number. So this is like minus 1g. That's how we have minus 4g. Please take note of that. So what do we have here now? So we now have 12g minus 4g giving us 8g. Then we have 28h minus 4h to give us 24h. We can't add these terms together. Why? Because they are unlike terms. You can't subtract or add unlike terms, so you leave the answer like that. I hope that was very, very clear. Right, we're gonna take aspects, which is a multiplication of like and unlike terms. Let us see multiplication of like and unlike terms. Now, for example, before we take some examples, we could have a times a, which is equal to a squared. So a times a is a squared. You can actually multiply like and unlike terms, but you cannot add, or subtract like and unlike terms. So a times a is a squared. You have m times m, m squared, and a times b is ab. You can see that these two are unlike terms. You can multiply unlike terms, so you just join them together, which is ab. Right? So like terms and unlike terms can be multiplied, but you can't add or subtract like terms. So let's take examples. We have these examples here. Simplify the following. Simplify the following. You can see them there. Simplify the following. All right. Now let's begin. Question 1, or example 1, 3df squared times 4d cubed, 3 means cube, then f cubed times 2d squared, then f. We have some steps, to make it easier. Step 1, multiply the figures first. You can see the figures. Multiply the figures first. So we have here, we have 3, 4, and 2. So you multiply that gives you 24. As you can see there, 24. Step 2, you have done that, you multiply the letters in alphabetical order. You have to multiply the letters in alphabetical order. Here we have the first one, the first term there, we have 1d, that's just a letter. The next term we have d cubed, d raised to the power 3. Then the other one we have d squared. So when you expand them, you can see that we have 1d, 3d plus 2d, altogether gives us 6d. So you expand them out, as you can see, 6d here. We need d times d times d times d times. You spread all the d, multiply them out. You expand them out. So we have 6d. All right. Then we'll go to the other letter. Here we have f squared. F squared. We have f raised to the power 3, which is f cubed. Then we have the other one, f. So you count them. 2f here. We have how many f there? 3. We have 1 here. So when you add all together, you are going to have how many? You definitely have 6. 6 there. So that is, we're having d raised to the power 6 times f raised to the power 6. So just combine them. That gives you d raised to the power 6, f raised to the power 6. Don't forget we have the 24 already that we multiplied. So just join them, and that gives you 24d raised to the power 6, f raised to the power 6 as the answer. Hope that was very simple. Very simple. Now let's take the next one. Hope you're ready. Let's go. We have the next one, 96ab times 3a squared b raised to the power 4. B raised to the power 4. Okay? B raised to the power 4. Then, as usual, multiply the numbers. You have 96 times 3 here and here. Then the letters, when you count them, you're going to have 3a's, you know? So you multiply them out, expand them. Then if you count the b also, you have 5b's. Also multiply them out, as you can see. So a times a times a, Alright, as usual, will give us a raised to power 3, a cube. Then b times b times b times b times b, which will have 5b, will give us b raised to power 5. B raised to power 5. Okay, then we have 96 times 3 gives us 288. So when you combine them, which is a raised to power cube, or a cube, a raised to power 3, then b raised to power 5, when you combine them, you're going to have this as our answer. Very simple. I'm sure that was easy for you to get. Multiplication is so simple. You multiply the letters first, multiply the digits first, the numbers. Okay, then when you're done with that, you can multiply the letters, whether like or unlike terms. You can add them, because multiplying the letters, is possible in like and unlike terms. So you can multiply them together, as easy as that. And let's see division of like and unlike terms. How do you divide like and unlike terms? Like terms can be divided, while unlike terms cannot. So in division, you can only divide like terms. That's terms that have the same letter can be done in division. While unlike terms, terms with different letters cannot be divided. Okay, that's as simple as that. For example, a squared divided by x squared divided by x is equal to x. So we have 2x here, x divided by x. I'm just trying to show you how it actually played. X will cancel x, so you have 1x. Simple. So division is like putting it over. For easy calculation, just make it over. Alright, but x divided by y can only be x over y. You can't cancel, nothing to cancel. So that's why it's not possible to divide terms with different letters, because they're actually different, nothing to cancel out. Alright, simple. So if you have this at the back of your mind, it will help you a lot. Alright, now let's take some examples. I'm sure you're ready. Let's go. Now simplify the following. You can see them here. Simplify the following. Okay, let's take the first one. Number 1, 4u v squared over 5 divided by 8u squared v over 15. Now I'm sure you already know the method of expanding them out. Okay, so when you expand this, you're going to have this. I'm sure it's very clear. And when you expand the numerator, this also, you're going to have this over the 15 and this one over the 5. Don't forget, division is usually converted to multiplication, especially when you're having the right hand side of your terms as a fraction. You must take the reverse, the reciprocal. That is to say, when you convert it to multiplication, this goes up, okay, while this one comes down, as you can see. All right, that goes up while the other one comes down. So you can now start cancelling. Let's see how you're going to do that. The cancelling. Let's cancel. You have u cancelling u here. I'm sure that was very simple. Okay, the u cancelling u there. Then the v cancelling the v here. All right. Then 4 here, 1. 4 here, you have 2. Very simple. 5 here, 1. Okay. 5 here, you have 3. So when you do the cancelling very clearly, you're going to be having 3 times v left. You can see I didn't touch this v, but not to cancel it. Then I didn't touch this u, but not to cancel it with. So you are left with 3 times v as the numerator over 2 times u. Nothing to cancel, no like terms again. So your answer at the end becomes 3v over what? 2u. Now let's take the next example, which is 7ab divided by 3cd, or over 3cd, then divided by 14a squared b over 9cd squared. Okay, 9cd squared. Now we're going to convert or change this division to multiplication. Of course, you will reverse the fraction on the right hand side. Fraction on the right hand side. That is 9cd squared goes up. Okay, then 4a squared b comes down. So that is what we have now, because we've changed it to multiplication. The next step is to expand them like this. You can see when you expand this, you're going to have this. Okay, you're going to have that. Then when you expand the next term, you're going to have all this, as you can see. Hope that was very simple. You're going to have all that. Okay, now let's continue. Now we'll start cancelling out. Let's cancel the numbers first, the digits. So we have 7 cancelling going into 14 here, which is 2. Okay, A cancelling A. Alright, then B cancelling B. Okay, so we have one A left as the denominator. Alright, in that one. So let's go over again. Let's continue. 3 cancelling going into 9 here. We have 3. C cancelling C. Alright, then D cancelling D. We have one D left here, just as we have one A left here. So we have at the end, we have 3 here as the numerator, then D also left. Alright, D also left as the numerator. So we have 3D over, we have 2 left here, 2 times the A as the denominators. So at the end of the day, we're going to be having this. Alright, so 3D over 2A is actually 3, as you can see, times D over 2 times A, which is 3D over 2A. You can't, cancel that again because they are unlike terms, right? They are unlike terms, and 2 cannot go into 3 perfectly, so you leave it as a fraction. Okay, I hope this was very, very simple. Welcome back. I hope the video was really helpful, and I know by now you can do basic operations in algebra, such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Thanks for watching this video. Bye bye.